Hey there. When I first moved to Texas, I started thinking, wow, there's a bunch of great recipes here I'm sure that I don't know about. So I started doing a little research in history and bought a bunch of books and found some interesting stuff that a lot of people don't know about. Of course, recipes are just the start to me, and then I kind of like to add to them to meet my flavors. So I thought today I'd show you one that I found. It's called ox eye eggs. Ox as in a cow, eye eggs. Pretty interesting dish. It calls for using salsa and poaching eggs in salsa. I kind of take it a step up and use hot rotels instead, and I'll show you how it goes. So just take medium heat, and forgive my electric stove, I don't like electric, but it's what I've got here. These are hot rotels with habanero, which are really good. I need a spoon, I'll be right back. They're really good if you like hot food anyway. If you don't, probably should go with the original. You put enough in here to where you're going to get enough water and juice to be able to poach the eggs in. You put the lid on, put it on, like I said, about medium heat, and then we'll wait for it to boil. Now let's check it out and see if we're boiling yet. Yep, you can see we got a little boil going. Don't want to go too much or you'll lose all the water. And normally on this size pan I'll use 3 eggs. And I don't care what kind of eggs you use. Everybody says I need to use this and that, and I just like these, so. Try to drop them in without breaking them. I like to add a little bit of everything to things. Whoops, that's not it. That's paprika. Didn't want to add that. Chili powder. It's a Texas tradition. I can't imagine cooking something without it. I don't put a lot on, just a little bit to make sure you get a little flavor from it. Remember, chili powder is not normally hot. It's just flavorful. Need a little salt. Those rotels don't have any in them hardly whatsoever. I always like nice good sea salt and a little bit of pepper. And you can see they're already starting to firm up a little bit. The next move though is we put the lid back on and let them simmer for a little while. And we'll be back. So while they're cooking, what is it that you're actually looking for is always the question. You take it off, you see you're getting white around here, but you still got some clear. So what I like them to do is cook until they're completely white across the top. I try to keep the eggs runny, but everyone has their own preferences, but these still have a little ways to go. You also want to cook down most of the water that you've got in there. So it's probably about 4 more minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, this is where the recipe ends that I found. Just like this. Although they don't add chili powder, they just throw it in salsa, which still is really good. But again, I kind of like to doctor things my way. You can still see we're still just a little bit shaky and runny in there. It's kind of a test. When these stop moving, then they're done. But at this point, it's where I like to put a little cheese on top of them. And then let that melt in. And that's going to take probably another couple of minutes. Alright, we're back. Let's take a look at it. It's been about 3.5, 4 minutes. And I think we've got it. Looks done to me. And you see there's still water up here, but you'll watch whenever I spoon this all out, it won't have as much water as it appears. The water kind of comes up to the top. Kind of make sure everything's loose so you don't break it whenever you pull it out. I kind of like to leave what water is in there. So take it out slow and keep the Oops, not doing too good here. I like to get the rest of the tomatoes out and try to leave the water. And there you have it. Oxeye eggs, John Hurd style. See ya.